the bomb cyclone, however you want to interpret that. But you know, the interesting thing about that one was that was one that did not come from far away. So this was not something that reversed the whole Pacific Ocean. One of the reasons why that was interesting is that it blew up in situ, essentially in place. So the bomb cyclone was not a cyclone at all until it sort of blew up about 800 miles west of the coast of California. So that there was no major storm out there over the Pacific until this formed right there in place. And so this was something that has been predicted. This is one of the cool things about weather predictions. This wasn't just predicting where something would move blowing on the wind. This was predicting the formation of something out of the ether, if you will, in a spot where there was no storm before, and then 24 hours later there was this massive cyclone. And that's one of the cool things about an example of a recent dramatic example of something that just sort of formed in place. And then other storms in the same storm sequence in California have come across the ocean from the west. Some of them have been sort of transported their, you know, water vapor or low pressure systems. So it's a mix. And that's why, you know, that's what keeps meteorologists on their toes. Some things you literally see coming from thousands of miles away, and sometimes things just develop right in your own backyard. Well, let's think about what atmospheric pressure is, barometric pressure you hear about on the news report. You know, really, it's a measure fairly directly of the mass of air in the column above your head. So high pressure literally means that there's more mass of air above your head in that moment than there is relative to sun. There's a lot of air up there, and it's heavier than you might.
Felt really bad shooting Arissa on when she's like forwarded. You're like, oh, you're barely getting rail charge on her, but now you get rail charge pretty fast before Arissa, like just like anything else, you know. So
yeah, it's like pretty big nerf to Doom block and Ramacha block as well.
Oh yeah. Although Doom block is like, it's like a buff, you know, they're gonna, oh, it's fine, I'm shooting the Doom, guys, it's okay, I'm getting the rail charge, and then Doom kills your whole team.
No, actually, Super Punch is so bad now. I had a game against Zebra yesterday, I was playing Zarya, and I was just shooting the block anyways, and I was just trying to tank the punch as a tank, like I was just like walking in his face, so he has to punch me only, and it's like, Super Punch feels so bad now, because they like nerfed it really hard.
Seen something like that addressed in the game, like I think that's what makes Tracer so strong and so consistent for years, is that like she has like a crazy lean on the model when she's running left and right. When you AD strafe, you do like your model is like swinging back and forth. Same for Lucio. When Lucio, you ever see like them? So yeah, I think that could probably be addressed for a hero who can one hit you. But
do you guys think the primary fire damage projectile going from 10 to 9 is going to like reduce her like overall damage pretty significantly? Because like obviously with a damage boost, like one of the issues that exists with Mercy and Sojourn is that she can just like slide into your team space and just like spam like everything that she has in everyone's face. Like, do you think that's enough to address those kind of issues, or do you think it's kind of like, it's not a big deal, the rail is really the primary offender?
I think it does add up, honestly.
Yeah, any raw damage nerf is impactful. And you left click a lot.
This is the original number, right? Because last patch they moved it up from 9 to 10
it was
when they did, and then you have it again. It's like insane, actually. Maybe make the length of it a little shorter, because it's just such a strong mobility. And then probably nerf the rail damage.
All because Jake, you said like Ash was in that ballpark as well when she was one-shotting people with damage boosted headshot in a way. Like, do you think that Mercy is the problem then, and not as much these hit scans? So
I don't know if it was like right off the bat, but like they took them like 10 tries or whatever, but like they kept iterating on it. And then I actually like that Mercy has kind of insane movement that's very hard to hit, because you can still hit it. It's just like you have to hop off, you know. And I think so that's kind of fun in the way. I mean, I'm a fan of like, I don't know, just like, okay, you nerf Sojourn's rail damage by like 3 and it does like 161, and the Mercy boost becomes like 27% instead of 30 or 25. I don't know what it is, but like, you know, like I think I actually think maybe this is a personal view, but I think it's dumb that like all the numbers are round numbers. It's like, that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, it makes sense if you look at the patch. Oh yeah, like this should be 30%, 25%. It's like, maybe it should be 27.1, you know, like who knows, you know, like in the end it's a math problem, and the answer might not be like what is, you know, like basically I'm a fan of like micro changes, and that I think they could be more precise with it, like keep searching, you know. I don't think there is like a right answer, but rather just
My OCD is going out of control. Just picturing
care
this.
too much about random numbers. It's like because like you could just make the threshold so the Sojourn Rail boosted does 199, and that would like change the game dramatically. Yeah, I really would. I think. Even though it's like that. So if you wanted to keep as much
Lucio, Kiriko, Ram, Sojourn Tracer, or Sojourn Genji, or Sojourn Mei, I think those are like the variations. So I don't even think like I don't think Mercy is like what makes her OP. Like she still played with Lucio and stuff.
Do you think she's just kind of like a pub thumper of like, let's just enable one player and just like hope for the best because the coordination isn't there? Because like, as you said, if you have coordination, the Mercy usually doesn't get that level of value.
Yeah, I think coordination is like a big thing, like being able like to push strong together and stuff. But like in rank, if you have a Mercy Sojourn, Sojourn can just frontline so hard and just have rail literally every fight. Like if you just like walk up and just start poking before the fight starts, you just have
Mercy pocket. I mean, like literally, what hero are you gonna play to fight the Mercy Sojourn? Like Echo is like one of the only heroes I had success with, but then Sojourn ults and you just auto die. That's like, all right, cool. Like even if she doesn't ult, sometimes you just okay on headshot. All right, well you get that.
Or just hold rail and like you can never commit. Like if you try to commit on Echo when they have Suzu and like a rail, I don't know. Whenever Sojourns hold rail against Echo, it's really hard to play because
you need your own Mercy pocket, and then it's like, okay, well, it's good, but it's like not as good as Sojourn with a Mercy pocket. So why don't I just mirror and then?
You hyped it up to be like a huge thing, and I'm so disappointed to scroll to Kiriko.
Jesus, man.
It's like one change.
Sorry, Dante, I didn't want to get your hopes up on this one.
Healing recovery time increased from 0.85 to 1 second. Developer comments. Despite Kiriko's healing projectiles being slow-moving and single target, her average healing output per match is higher than we'd like. We've seen players tend to get overly focused on maximizing her healing potential, focusing on primary fire